Hey friends, thanks for listening to Eat Your Spanish. If you want to support our podcast, you can do so by subscribing to the show and leaving a positive review on your podcast app. You can also support us on our Patreon page at patreon.com/eatyourspanish, where you can get exciting bonus content such as songs, stickers, and more for as little as $2 a month. Thanks for listening. Now on with the show.
Hello friends,
Hola amigos,
how are you?
¿cómo están?
I'm so happy
Estoy feliz
to be with you.
a estar contigo.
Are you hungry
Tienen hambre
to sing and play?
a cantar y jugar,
'Cause on our menu
porque en el menú
is Spanish today. Everybody sing!
Eat your Spanish, eat your Spanish, eat your Spanish with us today.
Did you say spinach? No, I said Spanish. Okay.
Eat your Spanish with us today. Eat your Spanish!
With Evan.
and Vanessa.
Hello friends.
Hola amigos! Welcome to this week's review session, where we'll review how to say the numbers 1 through 10 in Spanish.
Today we'll be reviewing those numbers quickly, and then we've got a fun game to play with you. We'll also have time at the end of the episode to answer one question sent in by a special listener. Are you all ready to have some fun?
Sí.
Here we go.
Spanish review time.
All right, now it's time to take a look back at our lesson from last week. Evan, rewind the tape. Okay, amigos, now we're ready to learn our new words. We'll start with the Spanish words for 1, 2, and 3, which are uno, dos, and tres. I'll say uno, dos, tres, and Evan will repeat. You can practice saying them nice and loud with Evan. Ready? Okay, here I go. Uno, dos, tres.
Uno, dos, tres.
Uno, dos, tres.
Uno, dos, tres.
Muy bien, amigos.
Great work, friends.
The second set of numbers we'll learn are the numbers 4, 5, and 6. So in Spanish, we say cuatro for 4, cinco for 5, and seis for 6. So it's cuatro, cinco, seis. Now I'll say it, and you can repeat it again with Evan. Here I go. Cuatro, cinco, seis.
Cuatro, cinco, seis.
Cuatro, cinco, seis.
Cuatro, cinco, seis.
Excelente! Now for the final 4 numbers we'll be learning today. Those numbers are 7, 8, 9, and 10, or in Spanish, siete, ocho, nueve, and 10. So I'll say them out loud and you can repeat them again with Evan. Here I go. Siete, ocho, nueve, 10.
Siete, ocho, nueve, 10.
Siete, ocho, nueve, 10.
Siete, ocho, nueve, 10.
Great work, friends! All right, amigos, so this is an extra super big challenge. So now I'm going to say all the numbers from 1 to 10, and then you can repeat them along with Evan.
Oh my goodness.
We can do this! All right, here we go. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, 10.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, 10.
Bravo! We did it! Good job! That was tough. Great practicing, amigos! Now it's time for our game.
Spanish game time.
All right, amigos, it's time to play a game that we like to call Numbers and Sounds. If you listen closely, I'll explain how to play. First, we'll break up the numbers into 3 groups, and then we'll give each group its own special sound. For instance, the sound for uno, dos, and tres sounds like this.
Now, the challenging part of the game is that eventually Evan and I will only play the sound, and it will be up to you to remember the group of numbers that goes with the sound. So first, let's listen to all the different groups of numbers and the sounds that go with them.
We'll start again with uno, dos, and tres. It sounds like this.
Now for cuatro, cinco, seis, you'll hear this sound. Let's hear it one more time.
Last but not least, we've got the group of numbers siete, ocho, nueve, and diez. For these numbers, you'll hear this sound. Let's hear it one more time.
All right, so before we get started, let's hear all of the numbers and their sounds one final time. From the first group, 1 through 3, all the way to the last group, 7 through 10.
Uno, dos, tres.
Cuatro, cinco, seis. And
Siete, ocho, nueve, diez. All right, now it's game time. Are you ready? We're going to play the sounds without the words. Here we go, round 1. Can you guess what numbers go with that sound? If you guessed uno, dos, tres, or 1, 2, 3, muy bien, that's correct.
Okay, now it's time for round 2. Listen closely. Here it goes. Can you guess what numbers go with that sound? If you guessed cuatro, cinco, seis, or 4, 5, 6, you're correct. Way to go.
Time for round 3. Which group of numbers goes with this sound? Any guesses? If you said siete, ocho, nueve, and diez, or 7, 8, 9, and 10, you're right. Great job.
Muy bien, amigos. We've got one final round, and it's the bonus round. In this round, we will be playing more than one of the sounds. Are you ready for it? Here we go. Listen closely. Whoa! So what numbers go with all of those sounds?
Oh no, the timer's gone crazy. Hi-ya! There we go. Now back to the game.
If you said uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez, then you got it. It's all the numbers from 1 through 10. So I'll say them again in order. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez.
Way to go, friends. You all did such a great job.
Well, amigos, we're coming close to the end of our review episode, which can only mean one thing. It's time to answer a question from one of our listeners. Evan, who is this week's special listener?
Today's special listener is one of our Patreon supporters. Her name is Tajay. Tajay, what is your question?
My name is Tajay. I'm from Madison, Wisconsin. I'm wondering how to say pot in Spanish. Hola, adios.
That's a great question, Tajay. Thanks so much for asking. Vanessa, how do you say pot in Spanish?
Good question. In Spanish, the way we say pot is olla. Let's all say it together. Olla,
Olla,
olla.
olla.
Excelente!
Hey, Vanessa, I was thinking, since this episode is almost over, I might like to watch a movie after this. And if we're going to watch a movie, I think it would be a great time to make some popcorn in our popcorn pot.
Great idea, Evan. Let's make some palomitas de maíz, or popcorn. Let's do it the old-fashioned way. First, we'll get our olla. Then we'll put it on the stove, turn on the heat, and add some coconut oil, and wait for it to heat up.
3 minutes later.
Hey, Vanessa, I think the oil's ready. I'm going to pour the popcorn kernels into the pot. Into the olla now. Looking good, looking good. Just a little more. There we go. Now all we have to do is wait.
While we're waiting for the kernels to heat up, I thought I would share a memory with you of a tasty food I used to eat when I was young. So back when I was living in Ecuador, there was a very special snack that was sold by people out on the streets and even sometimes at the grocery store. It was a mix of potato chips, popcorn, corn nuts, and sometimes even pork rinds, although I usually picked those out. I remember sitting out in my abuela's garden, crunching on those and looking up at the big banana trees and all the pretty birds that were flying around. That was the life.
Hey, Vanessa, quick, it's starting. Hooray! Palomitas de maíz! Oh no, they're flying everywhere!
Ouch! One hit me in the face!
Quick, Vanessa, put a lid on the olla. Phew, that's much better. I think it's ready. Let's take a look.
Wow, that looks so tasty, and it smells so good, too.
Thanks so much for your question, Tajay, and for giving us the idea to make some palomitas de maíz in our olla.
Yeah, thanks, Tajay. This bite is for you.
If any of you listeners out there ever want us to answer one of your questions, just visit us on eatyourspanishpodcast.com and you can send us in your question. And if you record your question on one of your parents' phones and send it to us, then you can have the chance of hearing your own voice on one of our podcasts.
Thanks for joining us today for this special review episode of Eat Your Spanish. We'll see you next time for a brand new episode.
Until then,
Adiós, mi buen amigo.
goodbye, my good friend.
Hasta luego.
See you later. See you later, my good friend. Adios, amigos. Goodbye, friends.
Hasta luego. See you later. Thanks for listening to the Eat Your Spanish podcast. You can support our podcast by visiting patreon.com/eatyourspanish or by subscribing to it and leaving a review on iTunes. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, or on the web at eatyourspanishpodcast.com. Thanks for listening. Adios.